And then a card in a game just calls out to be shot. Then there's another one that made me very happy, which is, well, the Avanti, which was my dad's dream car back in the day. He really wanted a Studebaker of some sort, and the Avanti was the one that he most wanted. Where am I? So I'm going to be starting with the disc selection, and I'm going to jump back in, but I'm not going to go without explaining any of the strategy at all, but I am going to back away quite a bit from what I've been doing, where I was trying to make every consideration on camera. So I'll be back probably after the selection discs are done. People have to keep in mind, though, that they don't have a lot of discs in some cases. So it's going to be harder for them to allocate here. Before they had 10 to begin with. Now they have less. Of course, they have their, core competency type abilities, which will direct their play more and more as the game goes on, unless they have a lot of wealth, as the people who are doing well actually do. You can see the two people who did the best keep a big pool of pieces. So there's not a lot of catch-up mechanism in play in that. The only thing there is that I can see is, well, one, you can do some of the sort of negative cards can hurt some people who are ahead. You can aim at them first instead of the people who are behind. That'll help a little bit. And on top of that, you can let people, succeed in getting a victory point if they fall far enough behind, rather than expend your effort on that if, everything else is kind of equal. Okay, let's look at what we've got. This is the spread after paying out. Now, Red was very interested in luxury. They have this card that helps them with luxury, but because it's not played, they actually have two cards that they could be working on for luxury, and they have a decent pile left. I don't know, interior styling and high power. Either one is one they're interested in. Radio ads and billboards. Yeah, they got one of those, but maybe they can, score another victory point. There are very few victory points in this game. There's one guaranteed for Car of the Year. Somebody's going to get that. But outside of that, you've got to match up 3 of these things, and in 6 players, that's pretty tough to do. It might be a lot easier in a smaller number of players. Less people you have to compete with on each layer, so it's easier to, score one of your cards. But in 6, it looks pretty damn tough. Now Red has we'll go through this as we look at the decision making. Green's decision focused on the compact. They got the 4-door sedan because they have this thing that allows them to pull 4-door sedan down to Car of the Year. So, if they got left alone, they'd stay up there and get their shot at Car of the Year with it. But here, hey, why take the risk? We can hand it to Blue. That's no big deal. Next was Yellow. Yellow's focus is on utility over there. They had a reason because they have this, I guess. They could gain some discs on it. They also have a disc here and some other advantages that might take them to that. Brown focused on the station wagon. Why? Continental. I don't know. Yeah, they're Woodies. That's definitely a station wagon. And that gives them the ability to move out of station wagon to another model if there was something else they wanted, which is one reason they put it there, the flexibility. But it looks like right now they're going to win station wagon. What else might they want to go for? Well, the other somethings didn't look too good right now. They could take two-door coupe, which maybe isn't such a bad idea. they can go in there anyway, though, and try to win both. Tan hardly went anywhere. They went into compact and then kind of bailed out. I think what they decided was they just don't have much that helps them. They thought maybe this would give it to them. We'll see where they go with that. And then finally, blue. Looks like they have two-door coupe right now, and they're working on the four-door sedan Y. They have some extra chits going in there, so it looked like a cheap buy for them. All right, now we're on the next step, which is putting the pre-programmed stuff in that I've already bid, and this has to be done in order. Yellow has utility, which I might as well put in. Like I said, I'll just get that back. Station wagon. How interested am I in station wagon? I can bone an opponent by 1 in station wagon. I'm fairly interested in it. And I got 2 extra chits, so I'm going in and tying things up in station wagon because Brown does not have one. And if I need to, I can throw my card and use that up. But I'm going to keep out of four-door sedan, I think. You know, I'm doing pretty well there, but I've got to reserve some pieces over here, or else I'll have just wasted all my money, basically, for the turn. Red has two-door coupe. Can't really get too far in that. Station wagon, definitely don't want to. Utility, and I'm not really terribly interested in utility for anything, so I'm going to just pass on this action. Green has all kinds of stuff. Utility, which I'm interested in, but not that interested in. Sports car. I'm definitely interested in throwing into sports car to increase my chance of that. Station wagon, too crowded. And compact. The more I throw in, the more I'm risking, but the less likely I am to fail by a lot. The more likely to protect all those pieces. So in that goes. Brown. Brown only has two-door coupe. I got a shot at it. It looks like a pretty good shot, so in I go. Because he doesn't have any two-door coupe to follow up there. Of course, he might have something else. Tan, compact. I got 2 in compact. I was planning on making a run for it, and I'm going to keep making a run for it. It's my only way to get a victory point is to score one of these things. Otherwise, station wagon doesn't look likely. Four-door sedan, you know, I don't have a card that I'm going for. It's not worth risking. It's not worth throwing a piece away for it. And then finally to blue here, four-door sedan. We want it. And now we go to card play. And card play, we start with yellow. Yellow has 2. I've got parking lots, which could... I'm sorry, that's red. I've got 2 that I can use here. Remove a disc from each opponent in station wagons. This is my scoring card for station wagons, though. It doesn't improve my odds that much to just drop one person out of there, so I'm not going to do that. What about this one? I could get 2 discs in utility. Well, I'm going to get 1 off utility, and I might end up instead getting a victory point. So I'm going to actually pass on the card play side. I'd kind of like to be able to play this station wagon if something weird happens, but... Okay, on to red. Parking lots. I can remove 1 disc from any section. So if there was anything that was bugging me, and sports cars maybe does, but this is where I score sports cars, so why am I in there? I don't know. What about the luxury stuff that I have? Well, power steering would give me up to, allow me to bone somebody out of there up to 3 discs, but I don't see doing that. The only real question is, do I want to screw green out of sports car? Because I get nothing if I don't win it. I don't really get much from this card if I don't win sports car. So I'm going to knock them out and improve my chances there. On to green. Green has only 1 card. I can move a disc from four-door sedan to car of the year. And yeah, with those odds, I'm doing that. Puts me to Brown. Brown has only one. Woody's allowed to move up to 2 discs from station wagon to any model. Now, here's the problem. I like station wagon because I have this, but I'm only at 50-50 there. If I get out of station wagon, and I could move my opponent out of there, but then I don't have any reason to be in there, I could move into 2-door coupe and get myself a bonus there. And I'm still got a chance in station wagon, but now I'm in a stronger position, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Over here, I got chrome. I could get 2 discs in 2-door coupe. I'm not going to win 2-door coupe otherwise. Seems like a good idea. I know I'm not in great shape there, but I get to keep at least one of those discs, right? And that puts me to blue. Blue only has a couple here. I could move an opponent from 2-door coupe to 4-door sedan. Well, I kind of have 4-door sedan sealed up. I don't have 2-door coupe sealed up. And here, I can remove a disc from each opponent in the luxury model section. I don't think that really helps me in any sense. So I won't be playing that. How about this one, though? Do I want to shift people into 4-door sedan? Not terribly. I'm winning 4-door sedan, so I'll hold with what I've got and just pass there. Now we go back. Power steering. Nope. Green has nothing. Brown is out of cards. It can affect it, and so is tan. And that means it's time to score them. Resources get short. In a way, it's easier to make decisions because you can focus on what's really important to you. Early in the game, you had a lot of resources available, and it was painful to make decisions because you have no idea what everybody else is going for. But here, I feel like people kind of withdrew from the bidding pretty early. Oh, some of them have a lot of reserve in hand, which, you know, as long as you don't dip into these, you don't go bankrupt, right? Yeah. And if you got some wins, you could end up car of the year anytime. Okay, let's see. Yellow focused on durability and safety. Durability fits in with this card, and they have a couple of cards that go with safety, so that seemed good to them. Red went for the interior styling because that went with their Kaiser Frazer, but they also managed to slip into high power, which might get them the full set on power steering. Basically, they have only one chip to play with when they come down to the last layer, though, so they've spent heavily and may have to spend heavier with the cards. We'll see how that works out. Green didn't play. They just passed right from the beginning. They've got cards that they're gonna boost themselves with, but we'll get to that in a bit. Brown exterior styling is the only thing they even played in, and the reason for that is they're looking at getting this card, the trend for that, in play. They already have the 2-door coupe. Tan barely played into exterior styling. They like, again, this doesn't match anything they've got, but I don't know. I'm not sure why they took that. Maybe they were the first person in there. It was empty and there wasn't a lot empty. There are a couple of empties here that people are ready to jump in with their pre-programmed stuff, which is cool. And blue went for interior styling only. Fits their push button doors. Exterior styling was one of the things that a couple of chits went into, so they couldn't really go into that. That was the other 4-door sedan thing. They probably should have. I'm not sure why they didn't. I think we may have to do now. I'm not sure why they didn't. Interesting. Okay. probably a mistake. So now we go to the reserves here, and durability, that's safe to go into in case somebody has something nasty. And what about safety? That looks safe too, so we'll play in both of those. Red, convertible and durability. Well, nobody's in convertible. What about durability? Do we want to waste a couple of points challenging there? We don't have any interest in it. Convertible, hey, you know, it's ours. Maybe we get car of the year. Maybe we win a victory point off of scoring this whole round, getting the majority in the round. It just seems worth it, although there are other people who have convertible available, so they'll probably go for it too. Green has fuel economy and convertible. I'm not interested in convertible particularly, but I'm not interested in red winning the game. Fuel economy. Oh yeah. This one we actually want. We passed knowing we had 3 chits going into it for our company portfolio or whatever. Brown has convertible and exterior styling. We could compete on convertible. Don't really have a counter for that. Exterior styling we want to improve our chances on. Tan, fuel economy, and convertible. Okay. Neither one means much to us. We're kind of giving up on the second row as well on this. We've got enough to fill our gap though, so we don't go bankrupt, but you know, this isn't the way to win. I feel like we have to play for something. So I'm going to throw one into convertible. See if I can score that. Otherwise, it just feels weak. And then to blue, who has all kinds of things. Safety, convertible, high power, and interior styling. I am interested in safety. So I'll put this here because I can turn that into a Car of the Year card. Interior styling. That's where I put. I'm going to keep bidding there. Fuel economy. No. Interior styling. I can bone my enemy there. Exterior styling. It's not my option. High power. Looks like I have the advantage if I go in there. Let's see. Somebody has this, and he has this. So there's more going on behind the scenes than we can see. And now we go to the card play. And this is where things get kind of shaken up. Yeah, and I like to... I've got to give some level of detail for the game to make any sense at all. That first thinking... pulling away from that's one thing, but pulling away from everything seems silly. So over here to yellow, I am looking at possibility of gaining some durability, but this is my durability score. I don't want to lose that. How about some high power? You know, I don't have anything on here. I might as well get in it. I'll take 2 discs in high power. And play my card. Red. Trailers. I can get 2 discs in high power. Well, in a sense, this is why I was holding it. But this also scores for it, and I really do want this, so I'm putting 2 discs into high power as well. Green. Green really wants that fuel economy, right? Compact fuel economy dealership support. Okay, but what about other things? I have automatic transmission. Simplified driving, I gain a disc in any engineering section of my choice. Now, right now, interior styling would be interesting. Fuel economy, hey, I'd score that automatically. But, you know, if I put it in convertible, I end up getting a disc because now I have 2 discs, even if I lose, and it increases my chances of winning significantly. So that seems like a good move. Brown. Oh, I have a bunch here. High power interior styling. So this could swap 2 discs out of fuel economy for high power. It doesn't say that they have to be mine. So I could throw green into high power. Do I particularly want to do that? Well, green's not doing all that well. It might be cool. On the other hand, the card might be useful to me. Seems like an early time to be wasting on that. Posh interior, gain 2 for interior styling. This is a card that's not going to help me much in any other way. So let's get in there now and get a shot at scoring. That was brown. Tan, my poor eyes are going. This is my scorecard. Unfortunately, it's not going to score me the game because I didn't get into high power. So I could remove up to 2 discs from high power or interior styling. I thought I was in interior styling. I thought that's why I went here, because I have this. I guess I forgot to do something. Or maybe I got boned. Oh, exterior styling. Yeah, let's remove 2. Yeah, that one scores off of it. Let's remove 2 discs from exterior styling. And that gives me the sole ownership there for now. Over to blue. Jeez. Move a disc from safety to car of the year. Yeah, that. I hate to hand this to them, but it sounds like the move to me. Behind the 8 ball in that. Okay, I got these highway patrol cars. They have durability, which is what I want, so I'm passing. I'm done. Red. Got the Frazier. I can remove a disc from each opponent in interior styling. I'm facing a lot of opponents, but this is also my one way to get a victory point, and I really don't want to clean it out. Well, I have another route here. Oh. See, I have 2 ways to get to the win, but I just don't think I have many cards here. I think I'm going to throw this. I think my chance of getting it is too low. So I'll try to score something. Maybe I'll get, 3 wins here or something, and that'll get me the victory point at the level instead of from a card. Either way, it looks pretty unlikely, whatever I'm going to be doing. Over to green. I got the compact fuel economy. I do not want to lose this card. So I'll pass. Puts it to brown. 2-door coupe exterior styling. I'm not in exterior styling. I could screw my opponent over, but that doesn't seem terribly valuable to me. How about fins? In these flathead engines, I can swap up to 2 discs from fuel economy into high power. I'm worried about yellow or red winning this. I don't really want to lose a card, though, at this point. That's what I decided before, so I'll pass, I guess. I'm not thrilled with this option, but got nothing. I can gain a disc on anything. So far, this card isn't really helping me. That sounds pretty positive. Interior styling I'm playing for here. Exterior styling I could play for. I think that the 4-door sedan. Yeah, I think exterior styling sounds good for me in a lot of ways. So I'm going to play that there. And now red gets to go again. Red's out. And now blue can keep playing these. These push button doors, these are my route to a victory point, or a route. Automatic seats, on the other hand, I can remove one of each opponent's disc from interior styling. That sounds like an idea, as I throw myself into the lead on that. Okay, and I don't think I'm playing the push button doors because that's my money card. So these come down and we'll shake up some chits. Okay, big wins for blue. They won 3 of them. Nobody else got that many, so blue's getting a victory point. And they're now kind of in the game in a way that they hadn't felt like they were before. They're actually doing okay, it looks like. Decent amount of chits here. Yellow's got the big pile, though, in terms of the economy. Now we move on to the last one, promotions. And what's cool here, or what we saw last time, you can kind of calculate out, am I going to go bankrupt at this point? And how much do I need, how much can I afford to spend? Some people might be in trouble. Green has a lot of holes, but they have a fair amount of their money coming back already. So, let's see. They got 4 holes here. They can fill that. They got 3 more they got to fill, but they got 2 there that are coming back to them. So it looks to me like they can play about 3 pieces safely down here, which, isn't that bad given that these guys don't have very many, except other people have a lot of chits that are already designated for specific promotional activities that they, that maybe they can afford to play. Like yellow, for example, doesn't have a lot of chits, but they have 2 more here that they could throw in because they have enough cash kicking around. Nobody had a lot of chits to play at the end, and they're playing towards their cards. Some of them aiming for their victory conditions. We'll see that as we go on, because I'm going to be hitting the pre-selected stuff. So for yellow, I'm big in newspaper ads. Let's see what my cards are. This allows me to screw with someone in televisions, but I didn't want to go in there. So I want to win newspaper because that is my victory point if I can get it. Dealership support, not worthwhile. So I am done. Red. Red wants billboards and they want them bad. So in we go. Anything else? Newspaper and dealerships. Neither one's worth it. Magazines is open. Nobody went into that. Green. Dealership and billboards. I'll throw more into dealership. It doesn't really cost me to do so. I'll get that back if I win it. Brown. Brown has a lot of different options. So we're interested mainly in newspaper, maybe radio. We're already in radio. Let's boost that. We have no newspaper. We could go into dealership, but that doesn't really help us. Our only card allows us to screw people out of newspaper. We're already as far in that as we can be. We got magazines? No. See, these others are iffy. Like TV, we could be as good as anyone. We're kind of falling behind in the game, so I'm going to bid those. Dealership, that's, I don't know, that just feels too risky, but it's really not much worse than television, right, to throw into there. So I don't know, but I'll hold off because I don't have a lot here. Well, what am I getting? I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 back. you know, I can afford it. And it goes, because I think I'm going to be looking for a government handout anyhow, but not going bankrupt. Okay, and that puts us on Tan, who's got magazines. Oh, yeah. Only one other person can possibly go in them. But what about my others? Dealership and billboards is what I want. Dealership, I'm not in the bidding for. I got some chits here. Hold on. Ooh, I got some ideas. Television, I'm not involved in. Dealership, I'm not involved in. So there's not much else I can go into. Now, this allows me to remove 3 from billboards from other people. Yeah, I'm probably going to be doing that because my chance of getting this is very low, and it's not like I've got a victory point on the line here. What about this one? I move 2 discs from any promotional section to any other promotional section. Huh. Intriguing. I don't think I could get dealership that way, but I could increase my chances of getting billboards. What is that? TV and dealership. And I think we're going to count on using that, aren't we? We don't have interior styling. We don't have, yeah, we have nothing. Yeah, we're going to use that too. Okay. And that leaves us to Blue, who has dealership, magazine, and billboards. I got to take a chance on magazine here. I don't think I'm going bankrupt. I've got decent money. Well, let's count our money. I'm at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to be $2. I can spend those 2, I think. Dealership and billboards. We'll go in both. Why not? Yeah, it gives us a shot. Okay, and now we're to cards, and yellow's the first card that can be played. I can move up to 3 discs out of television. I can remove 3 from television. I certainly want to do that because my odds are not good there, and these cards don't help. Well, safety's going to get me a pip, but I'd rather win another thing. So let's get 3 out of there. Who's doing well? Who's doing the best? I am. Blue. Brown. Let's knock another blue out. I don't like what blue's doing this turn. Puts me to red. Red has nothing. To green. Green has the Bates Motel. I can move a disc from billboard to car of the year. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Because I'm not going to win the billboards. Brown, I got these fins. Now, I'm in the running for newspaper, but I could also remove 3 people from newspaper, and I'm in the running here. Is this my win? No, or it's not a win. Convertibles aren't mine. Seems like a good idea to move 3 discs out of newspaper. Let's knock yellow out of the newspaper business. That gives me a good strong position. I can't remember who hit who, but I don't know how much that matters in this. Some people would take it that way, I guess. Tan, I got 2 choices. I can remove 3 people from billboards or 3 chips from billboards, which I probably want to do. And here I can move 2 discs from one section to other sections. Well, let's knock 3 people completely out. I'd rather get rid of... I want to get rid of red because they've got a victory point chip. So there are 2 gone. And what about brown? And of course I'm getting rid of the card that helps me here, but it is not a victory card. Okay, brown or blue? Which one's uglier in my view? Blue has a victory point. They're going away. Okay. And now to blue, who has none, they have to pass, therefore. Tan has another one, where I could move up to 2 of my discs to another section. I'll pull over to billboards. That uses up all my cards, but, you know, that's life, right? And that was the end of these guys, which means we'll be doing some quick selection. Now, some of these are already just automatic, but others, I gotta just roll a die where there's just a couple. That goes away. That goes away. And I'll shake those up and I'll come back. And after all the cards have been played, and everybody pretty much played their cards, they all got some kind of score. And I figure even just getting 1 disc on here is almost always worthwhile compared to holding a card. Because that 1 disc gives you a shot at putting all of your, a better shot at putting all of your discs, including that new one, into the Car of the Year spot. It gives you a shot at a victory point. I just don't see a payoff towards holding cards if you can score them, and I don't see a reason not to hold cards if you can't do anything with them at this point in the turn. So we'll see what our model winner is. I don't know, you know, this is just luck here. Oh, by the way, Brown got a victory point off of scoring the promotions. They got 3 of them, nobody else. And Green managed to score one of their cards and got a victory point. So now everybody but Tan has a victory point. Maybe they'll get Car of the Year, and that'll give us a tie at this point. And we still have another round to go. And Red is going to be in for the Car of the Year model-wise, which means their chips go in here. And everybody else is good enough. And I could probably just hand these out to the players instead of stacking them in the return box at this point for ease. So yeah, I mean, trying to aim for those, I saw one person say, oh, I gave up on trying to aim for getting the whole trending. Trying to aim for the trending is just good no matter what. You're either getting chips in there that are going to help you towards this victory point, or you're getting chips, or you could actually just get a bonus victory point, which is humongous, as you can see. There's a lot of thought to it, though. Yellow is going to win this one, and they get all their chips for their engineering goodness in there. And I'm gonna just put these. Is there a reason I shouldn't? I can't think of one. And then the final layer will be here. And we get blue, who had almost nothing in there. And I can put the rest of these chips away. And then for the victory point, and yeah, there's, you know, it's like in Bull Moose, there's a lot of shaking, a lot of that, which can be kind of annoying. But it's how the mechanism works. It's quieter if you use the bag. I find it, given how much of it I have to do, throwing it in a bag and trying to shuffle, it's just kind of annoying as compared to just shaking it up in one of these, kind of like as in a dice cup. So green's going to have the Car of the Year, and that gets them a victory point. And now they're in the lead with 2. And I'll sort these suckers out and come back with a report on, you know, how the income worked out and the new cards handed out for the 3rd and final turn. Red ended up falling quite a bit behind there. Only at $4. Of course, they get the back. Yellow was the wealthiest of the players. Blue, green, brown were all kind of tied, except green has 2 victory points, which puts them in the lead. So they're stuck with the going first. Everybody was out of cards, so that's not really an issue. And tan is down pretty low in tokens, but they kind of calculated it out and tried to eke their way into that. They could have come out ahead had the chips drawn better for them. Everybody's got a new hand of cards, and it's time to start figuring out how to play the models row. And we go through the whole sequence once more. Okay, much the same reasoning behind filling things out as before, but again, we're kind of low on money for the most part. There's a couple people with piles. Yellow, for example, has quite a bit. Tan didn't spend much, but you know, you kind of want to get into things or whatever, have a shot at getting your victory point here. Anyway, let us look at the dumps of the of these guys. Now, you can still go bankrupt at the end of this. Money is a tiebreaker, I believe, but you're looking for your victory points here. So let's take a look at what we've got. We could throw into utility. That doesn't look terribly useful to me, so I'd rather hold. Sports car could be interesting because of Alaska. This is going to give me a disc each on compact and sports car. I'm going to throw one in there. That extra disc means I get to keep one of the discs even if I lose, so it's kind of cool there. Station wagon, you know, I'm right up there tying myself in the lead with that. And compact, well, I can certainly throw one in. I'm not sure if I want to throw both in. I'm going to get 2 chips in here for the Hawaii card. Yeah, let's put them both in. The hell with it. See, we're in the lead right now. But if we get a victory point here, we've got it pretty solid. Sounds good to me. We're not going into utility. That puts us to yellow. Yellow's deals. Utility. No harm in putting that in here. Not much gain either, but that's okay. Station wagon, we have to defend that. That's one of our chances at a victory point. There. And the 4-door sedan. The 4-door sedan is interesting to us. We actually have a fair shot at it. I'm going in. Pulling out all the stops here. We're going to see everybody go bankrupt. Okay. Blue can only go into the 4-door sedan, and they kind of are counting on it. So in they go. They're only spending 1 chip because they'll get at least half out. Brown. Brown can only go in on the 2-door coupe. Are they interested in it? Not terribly. But winning a section seems like a good deal at this point. And my only way of catching up, really, because green's got the lead, and we really got to do something there. Red. Red has a lot. 2-door coupe. We were aiming for this, so we'll keep going. Station wagon doesn't look like a good idea. How about utility? See, here's the problem. Utility's not worth much to us, but if we don't take some risks, we got no chance in the game. And that's kind of the way everybody is feeling, except maybe green. And now tan. Still got one left. Compacts. What do I care about compacts? I don't. But I have a good shot at them with my 2 chips. So in I go. Because I'm in last place. You know what? I gotta win everywhere. Yeah, I gotta take shots everywhere. I'm in last place. and I just don't think that I can catch up to anyone without taking tremendous risks. I kind of like a game where you've got some chance, even when you're way behind. And now we go to the cards. And I really should clean up that tobacco. But green is first on the cards, and he has a couple that he could play. He has Memory Lane, which would allow him to gain a disc in each section he's ahead in. Well, right now, that's actually none of these. So we won't be doing that. We will play Hawaii, though, even though we're in the running in sports car, we're not very much. So we get a disc in compact and sports car. And we're looking to try to get the victory point off of running that layer. And, you know, I mean, there's multiple ways to do this, and you can balance it out. I've seen people winning, scoring their trend cards. On the other hand, if everybody's aiming that way, you can probably sleaze your way into a layer. What about yellow? Yellow's got independent suspension, which allows him to remove a disc from any section. That's pretty weak. I would like to score the two-door coupe, but that's not going to happen. What about this one? I can remove 2 discs from any model except compact, and I'm not really heavily into the 4-door there. Well, but the 4-door might be my best shot. We're going to take 2 green out of the 4-door. That increases our chances of actually winning the game by hurting green and improving our shot at getting the whole layer. Blue. Blue has nothing. Brown. Brown has the Edsel, which would give him 2 discs in the 4-door sedan. He's not going to get a victory point off this. He might get some chips off of it. But that sounds like a good play to throw himself into the ring there for nothing. Red. Fill all empty sections. Well, there aren't any, but there may be later on. Freeways. Move 1 disc to another section. Might want to save one of these discs, but I'm improving my chances there, so I'm just going to pass. Maybe want to do that later. Oh, tan. Women drivers, uh-oh. Move all your own discs from one section to another. So I've got a couple of sections I'm not really good in. For example, 2-door coupe, where maybe I'd like to improve my chances. And this is a particularly bad one, actually. But 4-door sedan is where I most want to win. All right, I'm going to move my 2-door coupe. Or do I want to move compact? Compact's my best. Let's move that and just hope for the best. Back to green. Green has this memory lane. Is he in the lead anywhere yet? He'd get a disc over here. Not worth it. Green's passing. Yellow, independent suspension. Remove a disc from any section. That seems like such a lousy choice. But I'm not involved in the race that this card is useful for. It might be more useful somewhere else. Is there something I really care about? Yeah. I'm going to knock green out of there. They're my problem. Okay. Brown. English imports. Sports cars. I used to be ahead here. I can remove up to 3 discs from that. There goes green. I wanted to score this, but, you know, I still got another that can score that. And maybe get me a victory point. That puts me to tan, who has no more. Yellow, who has no more. And brown, who does not want to play that one. And now it's time to score these. We've got a few that are guaranteed, but I'll come back after I score the rest. Well, with everybody picking on green, red managed to score the win on this one. And that gets them into a good position also towards Car of the Year, remember. I mean, it doesn't have to be the model, but they've got 3 of the sections filled in already, compared to everyone else who has 1 each, except for tan, who doesn't have anything. And with the tie there, they're now clearly in the lead by a little bit, but still pretty clearly, because they have the better positioning here right now. They also haven't expended as much as, say, green did. Green really went all out on trying to win that, and it's going to hurt them. All right, let's do the engineering the same way. Okay, so red, well, everybody pretty much played pretty cheaply, and you can see there's a lot of empties, and red is really happy. They were the last person to pass out. They're sitting on the last laugh on Detroit, which, unfortunately, they are set up as their winning card, but they could fill this slot if it gets to that. We'll see. I think people are going to grab things before it comes to the card play phase by using their committed things. So green, for example, has convertible and fuel economy. Well, we're not going to pass on throwing fuel economy down. That's actually one that I believe we didn't have a reason for. We got some on high power. We'll throw convertible in too. We probably won't win it. I'm worried about our money at the end of this, but we're going to get a good deal. I think we can break even, I hope, and not go bankrupt. Worst comes to worse, we get 2 discs here in high power. We're going to be playing that. And then we might get additional discs if we play this early, get them in convertible. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, yellow is next. Safety and durability. Neither one matters to us. We can hurt high power and fuel economy, so we can win high power. What about safety and durability? Durability sounds like a deal as we go in the lead there. Safety, I think we'll leave alone. Blue. Blue has all kinds of them. High power. We're competing in high power. One of the reasons we're competing is because we had 2 of these going in there. Safety, convertible, and interior styling. Unfortunately, those are all in play. We get to win convertible, so we'll go there. We have 4-door sedan. We'd like to get high power. We're not going to play this to get high power. We're going to try to see if we can get TV ads too, although it's going to be pretty hard with only 1 disc. I think we'll hold the others and play hard on the promotions. Brown. Convertible and exterior styling. Well, nobody's in exterior styling, so we surely want to grab that. What about this? And we can shift if we need to. Convertible. You know, we're kind of behind right now. We'll make a run for it too. Yeah, blue's going to knock us out, but we don't know that. If you played with open cards and there's a card drafting option, I see, which would be essentially that, you would know that other people have things. I like the luck aspect and the hidden aspects of it. I think that works in well. I'm not really a person who likes a game where everything's out in the open and you know everything, with the exception of a few things. 18xx, some of the winsome ones. There's some games where it works better, where it's so complex, but here I feel like I'd have enough of a grasp that I could figure everything out, and then I'd take, you know, hours making a turn because I think I could figure everything out. And because what seem like good ideas aren't necessarily red. Convertible and durability. Well, I got screwed out of this. That's fine. I'm really interested in safety. I'm getting that. Freeways. I can move a disc somewhere else. That might be cool. That could be the biggest in convertible. See, I'm in the lead right now. That's the problem. And that means people are going to shoot at me. And I would like to get my victory point off dealership support. And maybe off the end. I'm going to pass on this and not play one of these. Tan. Fuel economy and convertible. I am so far in arrears here that I'm just going to do things that aren't very wise and risk everything again. And I mean, you know, it didn't work last time, so let's try it again. But the worse off I am, the more I have to do that, basically. Now to card play. Green. Green has not four-door sedan, so this is a worthwhile thing. 2 places in high power. Alternatively, I have this, but it's only going to get me a fuel economy, so we'll grab the 2 high power for now. Gives us a shot at it. We feel like we're pretty far behind red right now, but maybe we'll we feel like we're risking insolvency, actually. Yellow. I got the supercharger if I want it, but I have station wagon. I have a shot at high power. I could, of course, make things better, but I'm going to pass because I've got to get my victory point. And the only way I get that is off high power. The way I see things. Yeah, it's possible my 2 wins or something, but if I get my 2, well, it might be by using that card. Who knows? Blue. I could remove opponent's disc. So I'm sitting on the 4-door sedan, which means I want high power. But I can't use this thing, which will help me with high power. And I'm not ahead, so I can't really risk it there. I don't have sports car, so I think playing for the convertible works, and I knock everybody out of there. And that was real nice of them all to play in that space, because just gave me some serious points. Well, some possible points. I don't know. Yeah, brownie. Get your kicks. So I've got the sports car. I've got interior styling. I am not playing this card. Red. No reason now. Freeways. Do I want to shift something from red? That's a good question, because safety looks like it's mine. But safety is too important to me, isn't it? Except that I could get a bonus over here on convertible, and billboards do not matter to me. It's dealership support that matters. So we're going to shift one over to interior styling. It's probably costing us $1, but we have a lot of money in the bank still. It feels okay, I guess. All right. Equal the discs of any opponent on fuel economy or high power. Ooh. Well, we're already here in fuel economy. Step down. Gain a disc in interior styling and one on safety. Boy, Red's going to hate this. As we go in. Back to green. Am I in the lead? Only in fuel economy. It might be worth it at this point. I'm not going to get a victory point off anything else. Shit. I'm in bad shape here. I've lost some serious ground. Oh, boy. Because I could use that down in dealership support, and I'll get another chip there towards Car of the Year if I do. So I am going to pass and hope I win fuel economy. It's not like it's particularly important to me. I don't have a lineup for that. Blue. I do not want to play my NASCAR card because this is the card that gives me my bonuses right now. So I pass. Red does not want to play the last laugh or last onslaught or whatever you want to call it. I match high power. 4 chits. That's a powerful collection of pieces, and that means I can pretty much spend this because I just got all those extra chits in there. Could have gone for fuel economy. I'm not really interested in that. What I want is safety, but you know, out of these, but maybe not as much as I want to get a victory point for scoring all of this. Okay. Tan could go again, but they cannot. Sport is not as high a quality as some of the Numbskull productions are. It kind of warps and sits funny. I mean, the game's been sitting in their shop since 2010, right? Not a big seller, it seems. Which is interesting. It's an interesting game, but you know, it's got almost no press. Oh, so let us score some of these. This one is a win. That one I can roll a die for pretty easily. But even Tan wins it. Red goes away. And Red is pissed. I'll check for the others. Okay. Well, everybody played out, and everything's got something in it, so Red's not going to get its advantage unless some things get shot up first. Green, do we want to throw another one into dealership support? Yeah, it's really important to us, actually. Yellow. Yellow has dealership and newspaper. No harm in throwing more into newspaper. Dealership, we're interested in it. We'll increase our bonus because we have a card that can get rid of some of that. And move it to television of all places. Blue. Dealership. We're not terribly interested in it. Although we can shoot people out of it. Wow. Okay, so what is our bonus right now? It's 4-door sedan, high power, TV ads is what we want. But we do not have a way to do that. Luxury, we have convertible. We probably want to play this. Although we can shoot people out of magazine. Well, we want to be in the running in magazines. Dealership support, we want that. Because we have an attack card for that. Although both of these give us convertible. Let's hold off on dealership. It looks like that's a real mess. What about billboards? Yeah, let's run in billboards too. Okay. Dealership for Brown. Brown gains discs in dealership. They're going to run in it. Oh, by the way, Tan got their victory point for having the most here, although they have 3. Blue has 2. Radio ads. Can we run in that? I mean, we could win it, and I think we have to take a shot at it. And TV ads, same thing. Billboards, we'll just throw all our money away. One of the things you could be looking at is, look, my usual, hey, are you risking too much for winning? In a game like this, it's really hard to say, because if you win, you win. If you don't win, what does it mean? It probably means you're not going to make it, as an independent. There's only room for another company, maybe. Actually, not for any. But, Willie's kind of existed and turned, and you had AMC form out of some of these. So, I don't know. But yeah, it strikes me that it's such a cutthroat situation that there's really not the room to be talking about coming in second out of these also rans. These companies really are, in terms of the ending situation. I still have someone left, or some ones. Red hasn't chosen yet. Dealership support. Do I want to take a shot at this? I kind of need to. Get discs in billboards. I mean, what am I running in? Coup, safety, dealership, luxury, safety, dealership. This one I'm going to have still sticking around. Yeah, I'm going to have to go for it, I think, because I don't think I can get the win unless I can pull another victory point. It's hard to tell because I'm in the lead right now. So unless somebody else gets to 2, but I have enough money to fill out my bank, I'll play it. Newspaper. Is this worth it? This seems pretty damn iffy. Let's think about that. Billboards. Yeah, we'll play billboards. We got this card that'll give us more. We got this card which can give us more. But what about the last one, the newspaper ads? Do we want to play that? Well, how much money do we have? We have 1, 2, 3 coming to us. Make it 4, 5, 6, 7. We got plenty of money. We'll throw it into the newspapers. No problem. And that gets us over to here. And how much money does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It only takes 10 to fill this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can use 2 of the 3, or all 3 if I really wish them. For this, 4-door sedan I do not have. Safety I have. So radio would be nice, but I don't have a card which helps with that unless I do this, which will. So, how about magazines? Yes. TV. Yeah, we're in the running there. Dealership support. Yeah, we're in the running there. We should win one of these, right? Here's a buck extra, so we're fine. Assuming nobody hits us, which is a big assumption because we're on the card play. A disc in each section that the player's ahead in. That would just be radio. Any 2 opponents' disc from any promotional section. And we're not in the win anywhere. We still don't end up in the... Hey, we're green. Stop that. We take tan away so that we're in the lead. And who's next? Yellow or brown or tan? Well, yellow has an extra buck over the rest of them. So I'll take a yellow away. This actually clears the way for my next card to give me another piece, which is why it's cool. I may not end up using it, but we'll see. I'm not getting anything else off of it, so I might as well. On to yellow. One disc from each opponent, from dealership support to TV ads, and we are playing that. Awesome. Hudson Italia, neat. My grandfather used to drive Hudsons and Ramblers. Then I ended up in Caddies once all these guys were gone. Probably mentioned that before, but who'd we just do there? That was yellow. On to blue. I can remove up to 3 from magazines. Luxury. But this cost me a disc. I'm not going to win magazines without it, though. And this one, player removes up to 3 discs from dealership. This doesn't really help me. So I think I may hold this to try to score my convertible, get an extra piece there. This one, however, does up to 3 discs out of magazines. There goes his chances. On to brown. I can move a disc from one section to another with dark brown. And I get 2 discs on dealership. In we go. What am I giving up here? It's not a victory point, I'll tell you that. On to red. Anywhere empty yet? No, not yet. 2 discs in billboards. 4-door sedan I don't have. Convertible I don't have. That sounds appealing. 2 discs on dealership support, but I have luxury. So that's a harder question. But 2 discs on billboards, that's gotta be good. And it helps my income situation if it became in doubt, because we had some swacking around of pieces. Over here, 2-tone, 4-door, safety, I get a pip off that, and radio ads I'm not in. So I can equal the number of discs an opponent with the highest number in radio ads. We're doing that. We go in. We don't have much chance, but if we win all of these, I don't know, something good happens. We place better. Probably still don't win if we get the victory point for promotions. Puts us back to green. Do you want this? Not in the lead here. Not in the lead here. It's useless now. If I win dealership support, I get something out of it, so pass I will. This I can't use. How about you? Compact. Convertible's worth a point, and dealership support would be worth 1. I could hit people who are ahead of me. I don't think that's a good idea. I think my chances of winning are improved by getting that extra piece in there. Because I could conceivably win 2 points here if I get really lucky. I don't know. I don't want to try to figure the odds. Move any one disc from one section to another. What do I have? Sports car I already have. Interior styling I do not. TV ads I have a shot at. I'm going to hold this and pass. There aren't any empties. 2 discs in dealership support, or luxury and a shot at dealership. Shit. See, I have almost no chance of winning this. And not a whole hell of a lot of chance of winning Car of the Year. But I improved that chance by holding this. I'll pass. And he has nothing. And now we assess these. Well, we got one guaranteed. I'll be back. Now let's see what all these decisions do for us. Looks like everybody got one. So nobody gets the victory point there. And that victory point could have been the game. Which means it's time to look at the cards. Green. Did you match anything? You saved these. Four-door sedan. Exterior styling. Dealership support. Boom, you get one. Yellow. Station wagon, that gets him one. The rest don't. Blue. You can choose either one or both, whatever. Doesn't matter what order you do these in, I guess. Compact. Convertible gets him one. Four-door sedan gets him one. High power gets him one. TV ads he did not get. Brown. Sports car gets him one. No interior. TV ads gets him one. Red. Two-door coupe. And here, luxury. He's got a good chance of getting luxury. He's got a lot of cards in there. Safety, dealership, no. All right. And now, well, since we're at the end, let's get these out and see who wins the final victory point. And if it's red or green, that's the game. If it's someone else, we have kind of a three-way position where we have to calculate out the income. Yellow wins this chip. And they don't get a lot in there. Give them these. Well, now wait a minute. Green may go bankrupt even if they get the victory point. See, tan won a lot of these, but they didn't match their cards at all, so they don't get any chips in there that are extra. Blue takes this one. I really like the compacting. Now the thing is, this does kind of, so there's a lot of luck throughout the whole game, but there's a decent amount of capability to hold people in check, which kind of means, like another of his designs, Bullfrog Goldfield, this may back end the luck too much. Like, this final luck draw is going to be the game, right? Or it's going to be a major factor in deciding the game. Even the person who was doing the worst managed to catch up, which keeps them in the game and keeps it exciting, but in the end, it may be a little too luck dependent for some people. I don't feel bad about the back ending. The back ending isn't as bad as it is at Bullfrog Goldfield because it's throughout the game. Yellow takes this one too, and they have almost nothing in there. They had one chit in there. Wow. Well, I'll tell you this much. It's not red or green. It is yellow. And now we have to worry about the income, because our tiebreaker is the person with the most discs left. I'll be back after I sort all these out. I don't want to do that in front of you. That seems beyond even my silliness. The left-hand side of the table each has 2 victory points. The right-hand side each has 1. We'll worry about them in a moment. Over here, green just missed going bankrupt, which means they're okay. But red ends up with the most money left over at the end. They get the win just by a nose, just a couple bucks over them. And, you know, not that much more over green. But over here, blue has a lot of money to get them, 4th place, 5th, and then 6th over to tan, who was doing pretty poorly. So it's not too annoying. There's not a lot I can say about the strategy after just playing it like this, you know, on video. It's not something that that I can really assess, hey, how valuable was this move, how valuable was that, because the game doesn't stick in my head as well when I play it on video, and it doesn't, and I don't know that it would anyway, with the kind of, the style of play that it is. What I can say is that you are faced with some pretty difficult choices that are generated by the random situation. And that at the end of the game, it can come down to pretty much a random draw. Now, that random draw wasn't enough to give yellow the game. But, you know, if it had gone to red or green, there's the game right there, right? And with yellow, it gave them a 2nd place finish for the draw, which it didn't feel like they were in that position, but they got really lucky on the final Car of the Year awards. These guys, I didn't see these until they dealt them out. They got the same bag. They give you all the information you need from the base rules. There are different variants to play this, and Patrick's been putting them online. Things that players and his own group have come up with to change the nature of the game, make it maybe less luck dependent throughout, by adding card drafting, because some of these cards are definitely much more valuable than others. But some of them kind of mesh better with some players than with others. It's like, it's not just the special ability on the card. If the special ability sucks, well, that's a card you really kind of want to aim for getting the trend with, because the trend is valuable. It's just, you may not, most of the cards, the trend isn't worth as much as what the card gives you. But I think it's good to have a mixture that can kind of target towards your trend if you get lucky. But again, there's a lot of if you get lucky. And certainly if you're drafting, you can try to create a hand that's more lucky. There's also the possibility of an open draft where all the cards are face up and everybody sees what everybody else has. Boy, that would really create a nightmare for me, but I could see that being appealing to some people. I'll be back with a review, probably not too much of one. I think most of it I kind of covered right there, but I probably have to repeat it. Okay, sending it up.